everybody, welcome back to Mama Bear's Instapot cooking. And today, since it's cold outside, we're going to be making Mama Bear's pot roast with veggies. It's a recipe I hope you enjoy, kind of put my spin on it. And as always, if you are new to my show, underneath where the subscribe button is, by the way, I'd appreciate it if you'd go ahead and subscribe. That way you'll always know when I upload a brand new video. But right underneath that button, you're going to find a little drop down arrow. If you just tap on that, you'll find today's recipe listed right there. So if I move along kind of fast, don't worry about taking notes. Sit back, enjoy, and let's get to cooking. All right, what we're going to do here today is we're going to start by, I'm going to be sauteing, so I'm going to turn on the saute. By default, that is going to be set for 30 minutes. We're not going to use that. So if you're new to Instapot, when you first put that on and you hit your saute, it will always do that. As it begins to come up to heat, it will say hot. In the interest of saving some time, I went ahead and put just a few tablespoons of oil. You can use any kind you want. I like to use like canola oil, things of that nature. If you do choose to use olive oil, just be very careful that you don't get it too hot before you add your meat into it, because it can catch fire if it reaches too high of a temperature. But some people prefer olive. I like canola. Any oil that you use will be just fine. So as soon as this comes up to heat, we're going to brown our meat. I have a chuck roast. It's approximately 2 inches thick, and it'll go down in there. We're going to brown it on both sides. Then we'll add our spices and the vegetables. I have in here the equivalent of about 2 cups of carrots that I have sliced in about 2-inch chunks. I have a couple stalks of celery in about 2-inch chunks. I have new potatoes, and I went ahead and sliced those. That will vary. You can see the slice right there. It will vary depending on how big your potato is. Usually new potatoes are about the size, about like that. So if you slice them in half, if they're bigger, I slice them in quarters. Be your own judge there, and you'll be fine. Let's see if this has come up to heat enough yet. A good way to tell is just take a little bit of water. And no, it isn't hot enough yet. It'll sizzle when it is, and I wanted you to see that and how to tell. One thing I will be showing you, and I discovered something new, and I'm not monetized. I get no kickback from anything that I don't endorse or anything like that. But I do like to share with you products that I discover in the grocery stores that I like. They work. And so I did discover Better Than Bouillon, and it is, it's a thick paste. See if you can see it here on the camera. It's like that. You take it, you put it in a little boiling water to first dissolve it, and then you use about a tablespoon to a cup of water. And so we're going to use 2 cups of broth today. And this one that I got, it comes in all kinds of flavors, is roasted beef base. They have it in garlic and onion and chicken and all kinds of things. So I think you might enjoy that. Once again, you can use whatever you happen to have on hand. If that's just beef stock, that's fine. You could even use chicken stock in it. If you have just water, that's okay too. Water works just as fine. But me, I like things a little richer. And once I discovered this, I thought, well, let's give this a try, and I liked it. So let's test this oil again. It does say hot, and you can hear it is ready to roll. Now, what you need to do is, pardon my hands, they are clean, is go ahead, get that in there. Don't burn yourself. Never stand over top, because the oil can splatter and it may get you right in the face. I'm going to keep this moving. Any of you that have watched my shows know I keep things in the pan moving. I do not like them getting burnt. We're just browning it on all sides, just for a few minutes. What that does is kind of sear in the juices of the meat. And as you can see, this kind of is it's not in sections, it's still a whole roast. But my husband was kind enough to go ahead and trim the fat off of it for me. And so by doing so, it kind of fell apart there a little bit. But it's browning beautifully. Okay. And I'm keeping it from sticking by, rotating the meat around. That way I don't have all that yucky residue down in the bottom of my pot. And I'm also, if any's forming, getting rid of it now. Okay. So we're ready to get the rest of our stuff in. This is the broth I was telling you about. We're going to add that slowly. Get it mixed up good. There we go. Sat for a little while I was prepping everything. A little chunky there. There we go. Okay. That's in there. Done with that. And what we're gonna do is add our seasonings. Yes, you can do different combinations of things. I like Italian spices. You can use other things too. I list them in the recipe, but I'm just going to go ahead and use, this is a combination of basil and thyme, and oregano. And it's not going to come out that great. Come on. There we go. And then I'm going to put just a dash of this. I like sacharins because it does have good pepper. It's got a real nice taste, but with this, just a little bit too much of that and it will overwhelm the taste of your food. Or at least to me, because I'm sensitive about things like that. Gonna put some garlic in here. I like to use the ones that's already chopped up. Call me lazy. I don't like to have to chop up garlic. So, to me, I'm married to an Italian. Garlic is like perfume. So, we go ahead and I'm going to put about a teaspoon, a heaping teaspoon in there. And let's get some of this broth over top of the meat. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off. Just like that. You'll see it says off and you're going to see why in just a second. Going to get all of our veggies in here. And some people will say, oh, put them in layers. Yeah. I don't, I like different flavors to blend and different textures. And it doesn't cook all that long. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to Put our lid on here. Come on, I always have trouble with that. There we go. And now I'm gonna set it for manual, and I want 60 minutes. Okay, and so we're gonna wait, and when we come back, I'll bring you back and we'll see the finished product. Hi again, everybody. No excuses. Wouldn't even attempt it. I made a mistake. I was supposed to cook the meat for 60 minutes and then add the vegetables and cook those for 5 to 10. And from this amount, I think we're gonna go for 10. So I just wanna show you, I pulled my vegetables out. We're gonna reset it now for manual and 60 minutes. It did remember what I just had set it for before. So we're in business, and I wanna put my keep warm off, so we're good. Alrighty, so I'll see you again in a little while as soon as the meat's done. Hi everybody, welcome back. As you can see, we're in our last minute on the Instapot, and what I'm going to be doing is we're going to quick release the steam, and this is the perfect time to go ahead and we'll pull a small piece of meat and check and make sure it's done the way that we want it. If it's not, then we could go ahead and put it back in here and cook it some more. So let me show you what we're going to do here. Just turn this off, and we're going to quick release the steam. I hate to do this over my cabinets. I'm in a different kitchen up home, so I hate to do that over those cabinets. Lesson learned, don't do what I do at home. Okay, I can still see there's steam coming out. Shouldn't take but just a second. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to pull out the piece of meat and test it. We'll put our vegetables in, cook that for about 10 minutes, and then we quick release the steam there and pull everything out, and at that point you would serve it. You could serve it with gravy if you wanted to use some of your broth and make a gravy out of that, or I just like it plain. It's up to you how you want to do it, but that'll be the way you finish it off. And so we'll check this, and then I'll show you how done the vegetables are after they cook, and we'll be all finished. Almost, you can just get and our pin has dropped, so we're good to go. Yeah, let's get her open. And you were able to hear it. Never let that open towards your face. And I'll pull out a small piece of meat. We're going to test it, make sure it's what we want.
Oh, yeah.
Fall off the bone, tender. Nice. Come here. Try to hang on to it. Let me just show you how delicate. I'm even cutting across the grain. It just falls apart. So it's good and tender. And that's one thing I like cooking about this, as opposed to a crock pot like a while ago when I dumped all the vegetables in at once. I used to put everything at once and just walk away and leaving it for like 8 hours. This is a different method of cooking. It's much faster. I like it. So let's go ahead and get these in here. This back on. Okay. Okay. Then we're gonna do manual, which in on the Lux is right here on the front. I'll make a light out of me. There we go. I don't want 60 minutes. This is gonna be a long process here. I'm going to take it down to 10 minutes. And turned off. As soon as it comes up to heat, as soon as it comes up to heat, it will start timing again and counting down. So I'll be back when we're finished and we'll see how our vegetables turn out. Hi everybody, this just timed off. Let me know that it was done, so I'm going to turn it off. And we're going to quick release our steam. It has been 10 minutes, and as soon as it came back up to power, or to steam rather, it started to count down for the 10 minutes. So like I was telling you, this is a different kitchen than I'm in, and I'm just getting set up. So you're never supposed to cook on the stove top, and so I've got to find a way to do it without getting all that all over my cabinets. So this is something when you get yours, maybe you already have yours, always be mindful of that. Never put one under a cabinet, and if you can, avoid what I'm doing right now where it doesn't go onto your cabinets. We're almost there. As you begin to do this, you can hear the difference in the steam too, as it begins to calm down. It doesn't take long for the steam to release. So I would say it took about, maybe 10 minutes the first time for it to come up to steam. Every crock pot, every Instapot is different. Some take just a little longer than others to come up to steam. Once you learn yours, you'll begin to know how to factor that into your timing of cooking your recipes. Mine takes, I guess, maybe 10-15 minutes usually to come up, depending on how much liquid and food that I have in there. But for the average, I would say I could count on 10 to 15 minutes. It comes up to steam, and then it'll always start counting down the minutes that I've set it to cook. So we cooked our meat for 60 minutes, quick released it, added our vegetables. It's come back up to heat, and then I set it for 10 minutes. So here's the you can hear it go up. Pot holders are a little slippery. Oh yeah. It's really done nicely. Let me get this pulled out of here. Show you. I haven't unpacked my big slotted spoons and stuff yet, so bear with me here. trouble. And see if I can fish out a piece of meat down here. Just a spoon. Sure I can. Is this tender? No problem. Wow. Okay. I'll just leave that off there and I'll let it cool down. And we'll go ahead and I'll show you here. Let me set this down so I don't flop it in the floor, and I'll cut it up so it can cool, so I can take a taste. Make sure I can tell from looking at it that it's very done. I don't know if you can see this from there. I will bring the plate over to you so you can see it better. Cutting very small bites so that I don't burn my face off when I try to test it for you. At this point, you could also add your salt and pepper. Some people will salt food while it's cooking. I don't. I've been taught that salt has a tendency to pull moisture out of meat, and that's the last thing you want to do. So I don't cook with salt, as well as for health reasons. Also because it does pull moisture out, and you want things to stay moist and tender. So at this point, when it's done, if you like a little salt, I like to use sea salt, and you can grind that up and put it on top of your food if you like a little, or pepper or whatever you like. So let's go ahead and take a little taste of this meat. Let's see if I can. I apologize for the camera issues in different kitchens and stuff, but we'll get there. This is the meat, and as you can see it dripping there. It's very tender. That's good. Same way with the potatoes. They're nice and soft. Still hot. Everything is perfectly tender. In fact, where I cooked it 10 minutes, I could have got away with cooking it probably about 7 and had them a little firmer. This has the consistency, for those of you that are familiar with cooking with crock pots. If I was to put this on low in a crock pot with my vegetables and let it cook on low for 8 hours, if you're familiar with it, you know the consistency of a vegetable. That's about this consistency, steaming it for the 10 minutes. So I would say you could even do 6 or 7 minutes and they would be a little firmer, and you might like it better. So play with it, work with it, make it your own recipe, and I hope you enjoy this. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up on the way out. And if you like the recipes and you enjoy what we do, go ahead and please hit the subscribe button, and that way you'll always know when I upload another video. And we'll be doing, next time out, I'm going to be making Mama Bear's famous vegetable beef soup. And it's made a little different than probably what you're used to. I hope you enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks.